Hi guys, you are welcome to today's episode on Talk with Prom. In today's episode, we will be talking about a lot of interesting topics. And right here with me is Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, please tell us a lot about yourself. A lot actually. Or small or
Hello, it's so good to be here. Thank you so much, Prom. I am honored to be with you today. My name is Joseph Okorie. I am a model by profession. I am a catwalk instructor with Prime Catwalk Organization. You
okay.
know, it's it's a lot, but I'm good. I have a passion for fashion designing. I have a passion for modeling, for catwalk. It's one of my hobbies. Basically, that's just what I do. It is so
Okay.
good to be here. Thank you.
It's so nice having you here with us.
The
And
pleasure is mine.
okay, so Mr. David, please, I would like you to tell us, that's all of us, your take on the contemporary marriage. No, marriage in general. First, then you tell us about your take on contemporary marriage, then marriage of our fathers and our mothers.
Okay. Marriage in general, I think it's not just about a man and a woman coming together to just copulate and bear children.
Yeah.
It's more than that. Marriage is commitment. Marriage is saying that I no longer want to be alone. I want to be with somebody. I feel like I am now at a point where I need someone to assist me with my life. I need someone
Mm,
to contribute to my life. I
yeah.
need someone to take me to that next level. That is what
Okay.
marriage is like or is expected to be. But a lot of people, just jump into marriage maybe because they think they love someone. Okay, they love someone because some people love, but love is not enough for marriage.
Hmm.
Love is not enough for marriage because if you just love, it gets to a point where it seems love is fading away and then
Hmm.
it needs to be renewed. If you
Yes.
don't have that capability, that is where love languages come in, gifts,
Yes.
hugs, showers and all of that. If you don't have that capability to renew the love languages or to renew the marriage union, it may get to a point where it begins to break. I once heard of a couple who broke up or got divorced
Hmm.
over something very little. Um, this, what do you call it now? Toothbrush. When they want to brush,
Yeah.
the man presses the toothpaste from the end, and then the woman comes and presses it from the middle.
Mm-mm.
So that was the issue. The man wanted her to press it from the end, and the woman always felt it was not necessary. Now, understanding is what was important in that place, which is why I said
Yes.
love is not enough.
Yes.
So, because they did not have understanding, it's possible that there might be other little issues that
Hmm.
led to that, but
Yeah.
that was what they broke up over. That was what broke the camel's back, the straw that broke, I'm tired, I'm done. You are not compatible with me, and all of that. So, it takes more than just love to be in marriage. You should be ready to commit. You should be ready to understand your partner. You should know that she is coming from a different background. I
Yes.
am coming from a different background. I I was maybe thought that women are the ones who should be in the kitchen, and she was maybe thought that men are to
Oh,
assist.
yes.
There are a lot of backgrounds with different ideologies. But I personally believe that, and I was raised to believe that everybody partakes in it.
Yes.
Cooking,
Everybody
washing.
has to be in the
Yes,
kitchen. You
exactly.
have to, like, be you a man or a woman, you have
Whatever you
to
are.
contribute in
Yeah,
house chores. I
that's right.
also grew up that way as
That's how
well.
it's supposed to
That
be.
is how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's
But
expected.
this brings us to our mother's generation. In that in the illustration you gave,
Yes.
if it was to be in our mother's generation, I really, really doubt if they would have divorced.
Over that, yeah.
Yes, over that. Because if the man say I want it this way, she
She
has
has
to
to
do
no
it
choice,
that
yeah.
way. But then in this generation, once you tell a girl I want it this way, she tells you that I want it this way. So what do you have to say about our mother's generation in relation to our contemporary
Marriages.
marriages? Yes.
Well, there is a lot that needs to be checked.
Hmm.
Frankly, a lot of those marriages No, everything has an advantage and a disadvantage.
Yes.
It has its pros, it has its cons. But I feel a lot of things were neglected during the times of our mothers, you know. Once a man says this is what happens, that is what happens. Even if you try to argue or push against it, you would have to come from a point of maybe what's the word now? What do I use? I don't want to use seduction, but it looks like it, you know, appeasing the man to
Yes.
to change his opinion. You don't just come goat-headed or being stubborn about it, because it would lead you nowhere.
He says goat-headed.
Exactly. You know, goats are the stubborn ones. So you don't just come that way. You have to try to appease your husband, because even if you try to beat about the bush or run around or make a hell of noise, you would end up obeying. In fact, your mother then would advise you to obey your husband. Your mother would tell you to do your husband's bidding, because that is how a wife is supposed to act or be trained, whether it pleases you or not. That is what is expected of you. So marriages of then, you know, a lot of things happened and women were not treated equally in marriage. Some women, not all. There were men then who cherished their wives and listened to what their wives said. There were women who treated their husband unfairly. But if you are going to generalize it, you know, talk about the entire world globally, we are talking about all the women in the world. If we are going to compare their, what do you call it now, their generation and ours, it's different entirely.
It's totally different.
Totally.
The ideas, the mentality, everything is different. It has changed. Like there's an evolution of ideas.
Yes. I think what happened is that, you know, our generation became more resilient or more refusing to
be subjective to certain kind of ideas that does not sit well with an individual, not being gender biased.
Yeah, I get your point. And then the issue of being subjective or submissive is quite something that should be talked about generally, because a lot of women, both old and now, see submission as being, or subjection as being stepped on. You know, allow your husband to walk on your head. That is what a lot of women see is submission as. They don't see it as we reasoning together, we understanding each other, me submitting to you, me giving to you, means that I understand your points, I respect your opinion, and I submit to it. It doesn't mean that you should treat me like an animal. It doesn't mean that you should just throw my opinion to the bush. It doesn't mean that you should do something and not tell me. It doesn't mean that you should do something and then come back to tell me that I did this thing and I expect all of you to go with it. Man, imagine being in your house and then a man goes to marry another woman and comes back and tells you.
It happens a lot.
This is
even till date it's happening. No, let's be realistic here. It happens a lot.
That's true. So I saw a post on Facebook, on social media, and the guy was saying that you don't have to marry someone who is incomplete. You know, he's not looking to complete someone. He wants you as a woman to build yourself, you know, grow, develop yourself, have self-value, have self-worth for yourself. You're a complete woman. You're not looking for a man because you feel you're incomplete without a man. You're looking for a man because you need that companionship. You're looking for a man because you need that additional value. It's not like without a man I'm not doing fine.
Yes.
Do you understand? So that is what he was saying, and I feel like there's some sense to it. A lot of people get married because desperate times, desperate measures. You know, I want to get married because I need someone to complete me. I need someone to give me money. I need someone to cater for my needs. And that's a very wrong ideology to marriage. You should be able to stand on your own with or without a man. You should be able to cook for yourself with or without a woman. You should be able to attend to your needs with or without a woman. It still comes down to a young person who I opportune to hear say that he would not do the dishes or cook because he has a wife at home.
Oh,
that is very sad. Now, this is a Gen Z person, not someone who is from the older generation. Yes. And like I said, there are a lot of people, different ideologies. There are younger people. In fact, there are people who are still not even grown up. By people, I mean children or teenagers who have the ideology that when I get married, my wife is supposed to be the one cooking. Exactly. But even if the woman caters for the home, quite all right. That is maybe one of her major responsibilities as a woman in the home. You should be able to contribute. There are times where your wife will be tired. There are times where she'll be pregnant. There are times where you have to assist the children with their homeworks. There are times where you have to assist them in their rooms. There are times where you have to give them food before they sleep. There are
So
times
that's
where,
as the man.
as a man,
as a
yes,
man.
I'm talking as a man now. There are times where you have to, your wife is washing the clothes and then you have to do the dishes.
Ah.
It helps. It counts.
Ah.
Your wife is cooking. You have to clean the house.
Do you mean Nigerian men, or are you talking about?
I know. It sounds very new to Nigerian men, but a lot of men are actually learning it.
They are good men.
A lot of men are learning.
They are men that were brought up right.
Yeah. That's
because I feel it all boils down to upbringing. Yeah, there's some families you go to that guys don't touch broom. No.
That counts. Upbringing matters a lot.
In my house, you wash toilet as a boy, you wash plates, you cook food. There's a roster.
Exactly.
Yes, there's a roster.
Okay, that's a lot.
It's not static. It's not static to one gender.
Yeah.
Okay, and now talking about gender. No, do you feel, you talked about equality, right?
Yes.
Do you feel there can ever be equality in marriage?
Well,
because we know now what we've been hearing is gender equality. So do you think that gender equality can be passed on into marriage?
Frankly, I think that equality in marriage is not something that brings about challenging your husband. It is not trying to show your femininity or that I am a feminist. No, that is not what equality in marriage boils down to.
Okay.
You know, you have to admit and know that this man is someone whom I look up to, or someone who leads the home.
Yes.
That is the responsibility, one of the major responsibilities of a man. But, you know, we come to our generation or generations of the old, and then there are men who just want to provide. They don't care about leading the home. You know, there are men who do not care the time their children comes back. There are men who do not care if their children are doing fine in school. They don't
bond with the family.
Do you
All
understand?
they do is provide money,
and then in the evening I go out. I don't care. The rent, I pay it. The shelter, I do it. School fees, I'm settling it. That is very wrong. You know, so the woman should be able to respect her husband. And I feel respect is yes.
It goes both ways.
Yes. It's not one-sided. Yes. If I respect you, you should respect me. You should consider my opinion as a woman. Yes. You should check what does my wife have to say about this? Yes. You know, I have to go out. I should speak to my wife. Babe, I'm going to this place. Yes. What do you think? I have to do this contract, you know, and it's going to be productive. Do you know
what most men see it as? They see it as the woman controlling them, but I see it as accountability.
Yes.
You have to be accountable to your spouse.
Yeah. It's not a lot of men, like you said, see it as the woman being controlling over them, you know, the woman being over them.
Yes.
And then naturally men have ego.
Yes.
Naturally. It is imbibed in every man. So even if you do not express it, it is because you choose not to. But every man has an ego. So it is not the woman being controlling over you. It is you being respectful, you being responsible, you being accountable to your wife. That I have someone now, you know, it is no longer just me. We are we now. And we is one. Yes. So if we is one, it means that what I want to do, I have to let the other party know. It's not just me. It's not what I feel. It's not what I think. It's not what I know. It is what we think. It is what we agree on. It is what we respectfully see about each other. It is what we respectfully agree on. It is what we talk about, whether softly or maybe through arguments, and we come to a right conclusion. You know, argument is inevitable.
So what you're trying to say is that there can be equality in marriage based on opinion, based on accountability, based on understanding. Let the man be the man, let the woman be the woman. Nobody should step into each other's. Then that is where the problem comes in. Most men provide, they don't give account for their actions.
Okay,
Women want you to give account for your actions. We don't just want the money, the money, the money. We need you to be accountable for a lot of things. You're going out, babe.
I get where you're coming from. You know, a man just picks the key
Yes.
to the car and then, where are you going to?
I'm coming.
Exactly. You know,
You know,
it's,
do you
it's wrong.
understand? It's
You
wrong.
should tell your wife that this is where I'm going to. And then, if the woman tries to do that same thing, it's going to be a lot of
It's
issues.
a lot.
Yes, because your wife cannot just pick up the car keys and then she's going out and
Say
like,
I'm coming.
I'm coming. You ask
But
her,
you know,
yeah.
you know the twist there. This generation of girls, they don't care. Once they see you do something as a man,
Yeah.
they will follow your
So
footsteps.
reciprocate.
So they reciprocate it, and once they do that, it becomes a problem. Oh, my wife is this. Oh, she doesn't listen to me. Oh, she's trying to rub
Rub
shoulders
shoulders,
with me,
yeah.
which is not the case. Women learn. It is what you show them, they multiply. It is what you give to them, they reproduce. They will produce the exact thing you give to them. Gone are the days where our parents,
Do their thing.
yeah, they will accept, our mothers will be quiet. Oh, they will render all manner of insults on the women, and then, oh, my husband, sorry, it's not like that anymore, and
There are a
you
lot of
know
women.
it.
There are women like that today.
Yeah, there are women like
But
that still.
I get your point. Generally, it's not that way. It's not like that anymore because women are learning. You know, the process of life is learn, unlearn, relearn. You know, I learned something. If it's wrong, I have to unlearn it and relearn the correct thing. So a lot of women are learning new things. If my husband does this, they feel they shouldn't ask him why he did it. They should do what he did to know that it wasn't right.
Yes, exactly my point.
And frankly, I do not think that that would settle the issue because it's a common saying that two wrongs do not make it right.
Yeah, but the wrongs are getting too much.
That is that what
and
happens.
Nobody is actually trying to correct it.
If you let something happen and then you do not call it to order, you just feel I should reciprocate.
Should I tell you the funny thing? When a wrong is going on in your marriage and then you go home to your mom or your dad trying to report the issue that, oh, this is how my husband is acting, this is how he's treating me, I'm not comfortable, the next thing they will tell you is go back to your home and go and make it work. I don't understand. Am I a magician? Do you understand? Like, am I a magician? Is she a magician? You don't go about telling your children to go into harm way when you are supposed to sit down as an elder, call a meeting and correct.
I understand what you're
So
saying.
our parents also are not helping matter. Look at Yul Odochie. No, okay, sorry.
That's really
look at Yul Odochie. He's the perfect description of
wrong parenting.
of no, not wrong parenting. I won't go to the parents,
yes.
but I believe that he has embarrassed manhood. He has embarrassed his woman. And the funny thing is the fact that he's so egoistic about it. Like, I'm a man. He doesn't want to give accounts. He doesn't know that what he's doing is hurting me. Married second wife. Lost a child. And the parents, like,
I hear what you're saying. I was surprised. What was funny was the fact that they came to social media to dispel the rumors. I mean, if you know you did it, accept it. And then before you knew it, they got married. Today he's with Judy, you know. So I actually think that was a very, very wrong approach. I am not certain on the actual reason why they
reason. No, do you need a reason?
Exactly. There's no justifiable.
We don't even want a reason. His dad was not really condemning his action. it was more like there's a justification to it that regardless,
Yeah,
May should
I saw what he
stay.
said.
Do you
I saw
understand?
he was saying that,
Talking about other actors.
yeah, he
No,
was saying as
just
a
concentrate on your
Christian,
son.
you know, Solomon had 700 wives, 300 concubines, and all of that. Forgetting that Solomon actually got married to these people to maintain peace, to keep relationship.
And Solomon actually bear the consequences.
Yes,
yes,
of those
yes.
marriages, those relationships. You know, he bore the consequences. So it doesn't justify anything. He also said that whatever his son did was his decision and all and everything. But I felt like there should have been a call to order.
There should have been
Pete is known as a very strict, you know, he is a strict man. Is someone who lives according to others' principles, culture, traditions. Who knows? Maybe they have a particular reason for doing what they did, but frankly, I feel so much for me, and I really, really
you know what's
wish
funny?
she doesn't fall into depression or any of all those things.
You know what is funny? What's funny is the fact that he's not being apologetic. He just keeps going and going, doing more things with what's her name again? Judith. And that one is just something else. She comes online, say, oh, she has a God that love her. Her God is a big God. She comes online, do praise and worship, sing song for us. Do you understand? Comes online, praises her husband. Odogu, Ijele, one Imbalama.
You know, the sad thing is there are a lot of men like that out there who do not care about how their wife feels. Which is why I advise women out there, if you have a cheating husband, darling, you should pray. You should talk to God about it. Quite all right. You should take necessary measures, but you shouldn't kill yourself about it. Because if you do, you end up making yourself sick.
Wait. I don't understand. They should pray. Pray for what?
What? Okay.
Why? No. Why should I pray for a cheating man that went with his right sense? First time. You understand?
Yeah.
Second time.
Like again.
Second time. Third time.
Yeah. That's wrong. If it's something that is you're doing repeatedly, which is why I said don't kill yourself. You have a cheating husband.
No,
don't kill yourself over it.
Women shouldn't pray for a cheating man because the man will not pray for them. Trust me.
I think I get where you're coming from, but love in marriage should actually supersede that.
Do you think if May did what Yul is doing, what do you think the society? It would have been chaos.
Yes. I mean, social media would be burning for months. In fact, it could roll into years.
People would have been bombarding her, insulting her.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, but actually, Yul is actually getting a whole lot of negative comments from the fans. But if May was to be in that shoe, it would have been worse.
It would have been worse, frankly, because women suffer more when it comes to cheating, whether the man cheats or whether the woman cheats. If the woman cheats, the backlashing is usually more than necessary,
and it can even lead her into depression.
But cheating shouldn't be it shouldn't be a topic in marriage.
The way the father was sounding, he was sounding as if May shouldn't leave the marriage. No, I don't know. Am I right? So am I
you know, we read meaning into a lot of things, and the way he might have put it actually sounded like he justified what his son did.
Yes.
It sounded like he justified
what brings Solomon into that conversation? What is you Solomon?
No, not
he can
exactly.
never be Solomon.
Not at all. And Solomon was blessed with wisdom. In fact, whether you have wisdom or not, it is not an option for you to cheat on your wife or feel justified about your actions or marrying a lot of wives. You know, it's in the Bible.
And should I tell you, do you know what's insane? What's insane is the fact that if he goes back and apologizes to her,
she would accept him.
No.
What's that?
The whole nation, the whole world will say, forgive him. He has
Oh,
come back to his senses.
oh yes, yes.
No,
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 that's
no,
true. A lot
no.
of people are going to say that.
No.
Oh, a lot of people are going to say that.
That man has left a wound in May's heart. They lost a child. He did not show deep concern. May is actually,
Going through a lot.
she's in distress. She's in pain. The trending things going on. How do you
I mean, you're always on the topic to date. It can be a lot. I know you're looking at it from her shoes, but
I'm looking at it from my shoe. My shoe.
I don't think
everywhere would have.
No, exactly.
Everywhere
I don't
would
think you would have
have.
tolerated this much.
No, tolerated what? Tolerated
I don't
what?
think you would have.
No, I'm talking about from my
Yeah, that's what
angle.
I'm saying. I don't think you would have tolerated you.
No, I can't. I can't.
I'm certain.
I can't. And then you heard the divorce that she gave him. Was it the court that gave them 100 million naira to pay? He has to pay to May.
For damages?
Yes, for damages and other things. All the negativity that came with the whole marriage.
I do not know, but a lot of people are saying that Yul and Judy are not going to win that court case. I do not know if the court case is done with.
Win what?
The court case, are they?
Let them come and carry me. Let me be the judge of that case. If he win, let me know.
You don't study law.
If he win, I will turn into a.
Have you been called to bar?
I will turn into a lawyer. How will I lose a child? And then you go about gallivanting with another woman, and you are singing Ijele, Odogu, Odogu.
Well.
Oh my God.
Like I said, there are a lot of men who do these things and then it just goes scot-free. But it shouldn't be encouraged. Society should not encourage men to cheat on their wives.
Society has encouraged it.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And even if society encourages it, you as a man should have a standard for yourself.
Now you are getting it.
You should have a standard.
The society have a standard. You personally should have your own standard.
Yes, that's important. That's very,
if you don't have your standards, if you don't have your standards, you will be swayed by what the society is saying, and the society most time is saying like
the wrong thing.
Yeah. So have a standard, and stick to what is good. Even when you go left, you know in your heart that you're supposed to go right. So just come out from that place and move right.
Move right, yeah, that's true. So basically, what you're saying is very correct. I feel like men shouldn't, or women, in fact, a lot of people encourage men that cheat, and it's like very sad. I mean, how can you say a man is naturally polygamous? It is strange to my ears. I know that, I mean, men have natural cravings.
Okay. Let's try to rephrase this. So, on the topic of cheating, you believe that cheating is a no-no for both genders?
Yes, it's actually no for both genders. It shouldn't be a topic in marriage. It shouldn't be something.
This is getting interesting. This is getting interesting.
It shouldn't be something that.
This is getting interesting.
Well, which is sex cannot be a mistake. First time or second time or third, sex cannot be a mistake. Whatever you do about sexual activities is intentional. There's a possibility that you might get carried away and then maybe you kiss. That's possible. But you have sex. You penetrated you would not a woman. It's not.
No,
that's not even a mistake. No, let's tell ourselves it's not. Or as a woman, you say, no, I don't know what happened. I don't know what came over. That is a lot of lies. Until you were under under the influence of the man, or you're under the influence of your emotions or your sexual urges.
So can you forgive? Let's say your wife cheats on you. Can you forgive her?
Yeah, this is a very huge question, people. Well, I think there are a lot of things surrounding that question. Yes, because it depends on whom she cheats with. Imagine cheating with my best friend. I don't think that's something that
unforgivable.
Yes, both of them. Even if I forgive,
Mm.
I cannot let it go that way. I can forgive because I can forgive.
Yes.
I have the heart to forgive, but I don't
Okay,
think
wait.
I would
You
sit
have the
with
heart
it.
to forgive a cheating wife.
Yes, that's possible, but I don't think I
Oh.
would sit with
Ah.
her.
This audience will not like you. They won't like what you're
No, but
saying.
frankly, there are men out there who are forgiving their cheating wives. There are men who have looked past maybe something that a woman did that was wrong. There are men like that. And there are women who have looked beyond. I'm not talking about chronic cheats. So
if you're talking about
the
women,
ratio is different.
no, if you're talking about women stay. Some men bring their mistress to the bed and ask their wife, go down.
Jesus, I
Go lie down on the towel. Yes, they do that.
Wow. There are a lot of things. In fact, God knows best, because there are a lot of things, like you said, I would not, if I was a woman, there are a lot of things that I would not take. I mean, whether as a boyfriend or as a husband or any other relationship standards, there are a lot of things that I would not take. And even as a man, there are a lot of things that I would not take from you. Yes, because having your standard, your self-worth. I love myself so much that I cannot stand this hurt. I love myself so much that I cannot stand this insult, this disgrace, this shame that you're bringing. But then, like I said, if you can forgive and stay, it's a different thing to forgive, and it's another thing to forgive and stay. You know? So if you can forgive and stay, fine. If you can't, forgive and let's go.
Can you forgive and stay?
Well, yes, I can.
Oh wow.
Yes, I can, but it depends. If it's a one-time thing, I think I can overlook it. I think I can forgive and stay, because I dream to love my wife so much, to look past her offenses or her grievances or her weaknesses or her mistakes. So I look to the point where I want to love my wife so much that I do not consider the wrongs that she has done to me.
It's called unconditional love.
Yes, exactly.
The kind of love that Jesus has for us. So the cheating you're actually talking about, do you mean kissing? If your wife kissed another man, you will forgive her, or if she like
did they find something?
Like, okay, let's okay, if she knocks a man, like they both go to, like, the man jack her up, the man threw her on the bed,
okay.
the man then he then flip her.
Okay, thinking about it would keep you in a point of not forgiving your wife. And if I look at those things, who knows what sex positions this people have done? Who know how they don't turn this woman? Who know what this man don't do? Who know whether he gets, all those things. But that's why I said there are a lot of questions, a lot of factors surrounding the question. But if I know that maybe, of course, maybe we tested and she's free of STDs or STIs, and
you can follow her to go and do infection test.
And I can also, begin to look at it from, a point of forgiveness, a point of looking beyond that. If I see that she is actually remorseful and forgiving and changes or doesn't make the mistake again, it's a different thing to cheat once, and it's a different thing to be a chronic cheat. I did go work. I have somebody. That's the truth. Yes, there are people who go to work and they have colleagues who are taking care of them in the office. They have people, they have sugar boys. That's the truth.
If they go work, which work? Which work?
There are people who they have their colleagues or younger men in the office who are taking care of them sexually, and they have sugar boys. They have sugar boys who are taking care of them or looking after them, one way or the other. So it's a different thing to cheat once and to be a chronic cheat. If I know that this is the kind of woman you are, if I forgive you once and I know that you go back the second time, it's not even a.
But should I tell you the funny part is that 70% of women cheat, but men don't know.
That's another thing, and that is why a lot of men say,
now who they catch beautiful. No. It's who is being caught red-handed is a thief. And women can hide this thing.
Yes.
If a woman hides, she can give you a child. Example now, Nedu. Sorry, I didn't mean to call your name. I didn't mean to call you, but you're just the perfect example I can use. So, Nedu, his wife was cheating, even gave him a baby.
That is not his.
That is not his. And
That's
it happens in a lot of homes.
As a lot. I don't think I can forgive that.
If you forgive that, I will come and I will bring people to beat you.
No, I don't think I can forgive. I don't think I can sit with that. I mean, cheating to the point of giving me a child that is not mine. No, that is a different level
most
of.
firstborns are not the husband's child.
Most?
Yes.
Most?
Yes, most.
No, I think so.
No, most. Okay, you think it's a joke? Go and test all your firstborns. Let's see. Everywhere goes scatter. Everywhere.
Please, oh, be sure of your children, oh.
Everywhere goes scatter. You'll be so surprised. The child will have your nose, have your big eyes,
yeah,
have your wide mouth, your long teeth, your big ears, big head, and the child is not your
it's
child.
not yours. Well,
I'm not saying you, like I'm not saying you.
Yes,
I'm just like making
there are a lot
reference.
of men who have children that are not theirs. I get what you're saying. That's possible, anyways. Because very much possible. Women cheat, though. Jesus, women are bad.
I want to get married.
Fear women.
I want to get married now.
Fear women.
I want to get married, for example. I know that okay, there's no chance for me to go and meet another guy, and you understand?
Yes.
So a night to the wedding, I'm already looking for one of my babies.
Okay, I get.
Chat him up, baby. Yeah. You know I'm getting married tomorrow.
There's a possibility.
Please, can we? Not all girls actually.
Yeah.
Please, can we? They will go do one last time. And do you know how last time is?
Last time can be like 7. You know.
Last time is hot.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The positions are.
It'd be like you don't need advice. You've been counseling a lot of marriage. Because
the positions are like. Hey, God help us.
You're not married yet, but I know say this girl should not go do last time. I did very starting.
No, I'm not doing last time. Yeah, exactly. I'm a one man girl.
Yeah.
I will be faithful. See, I'll be faithful to death to my husband as long as he's faithful to death.
That's important. That's important.
Yes,
faithfulness is like a very important thing.
To death. I'm not. For sickness and health.
Yes.
Is when I see that the man is amputated, his legs, one of his eyes is bad, but not before cheating. No. I mean, I cannot stay. Even if my whole village gather and do meeting and tell me, baby, I say okay, but you allow me to be. Me, I want to have other male friends. Believe permit it. But trust me, he won't. It's just best to just like everybody just go.
That's why I said forgiveness and staying. You know, if you can't do it, but if you can't, don't force yourself to. Don't keep yourself in pains. You know, enduring, breaking your bones over something that you can overlook. You know, don't try to kill yourself over it. If you have a husband that is cheating and you feel like you can't leave this man.
But men forgive cheating women.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
There are men that do that.
Yes. Or you feel like you can't leave your husband because he's cheating, then you shouldn't kill yourself over it. Don't take Panadol over his headache. The least you can do is to
Did you watch a video, a trending video, where a woman contacted HIV from her husband?
Wow.
Yes, it's trending on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen
She contacted HIV from her husband.
That's sad.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen this for real, but I once saw, I think, a movie or home video that the man was cheating and he said he didn't want to sleep with his wife because he felt she was too precious for that.
Too precious for what?
That's very, very funny.
Too precious for what?
You know, He loved his wife. He adored her to the point where he felt that sex would be painful for her, because I think he got married to her as a virgin, and he didn't want to allow her go to the pain of. I mean, sex is painful pleasure, but he thought that, this was something that was going to be painful for his wife, and then he was cheating, sleeping with other girls. He didn't contact HIV, but they had a worker who was a man and who found his wife attractive. He was always not at home. So
Okay.
the man who was their worker, one thing led to another, and one day, she who had been keeping herself, of course, urges, everybody's a human being, but she had kept herself until it got to the point where she couldn't any longer, and then she slept with this worker.
Wow.
Now, unknowing to her, the worker had AIDS. Yes. So he transmitted to her, and then the woman transmitted to her husband, because I think he later decided to sleep with her
But sleeping with her, she was a virgin, but then she's not a virgin.
any longer. She slept with that man,
Mm-hmm.
the worker who disvirgined her,
Mm-hmm.
and gave her the STI. So, after sleeping with him, I think that was he did it. The worker did not even know that he had the STI. I think maybe
AIDS.
yes. So he tested, and then he found out. So he even had to leave without the knowledge of the woman. The woman had come back that day for another round, and she found a note where he told her about his STI and why he had to pack out. So she just read the note, and then she had to break to her husband. So her husband, who had been cheating all along, did not have AIDS, but she, just one attempt, had it. So they had to adopt children because of that. Because I mean, it's possible that it could be transmittable from the woman to the man. It's not even. It is what it is.
So are you saying that the man forgave her
Yes, they continued their marriage.
and he slept with her?
Yes, and he stopped being with other women after he saw what he caused his wife to do.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's strange. Oh.
What he caused his wife to do, so he acknowledged his mistake, and then the woman acknowledged her mistake too, and they kept on with their life and their love. So it's there, like you said, there are men who forgive their cheating wives, and there are women who do that. There are also men who cannot tolerate it, and there are women who would not. So
just do what works best for you.
yes.
If you want to stay with your partner, forgive him because you love him so much. The ball is in your court. If you want to forgive your cheating wife, man, they don't need to advise people on this kind of thing. You people already know what you want to do based on cheating matters. No, trust me, they don't advise men on cheating. So, going further, do you think that the rate of divorce, marriage will be so significant
in the coming generation?
Yes, in the coming generation.
The rate of divorce now has become very high. I mean, very tribal issues, little things, little divorces. Sometimes people just get married, like we started, to fulfill our righteousness, and then along the line they realize that I can no longer do this. I'm done, and that is it. I'm done. It just takes one.
No more patience. Like girls are no longer patient.
I don't want to endure. I don't want to.
Oh God!
I'm not stressing. Just go.
Just please, just move. And they're like, next.
Yes, exactly. It's not like I'm divorcing you and then I want to stay to do
girls now, they don't even care. They don't even send you. They will ask you, is marriage an achievement?
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Because you married me, do you think that's the end of my life?
No,
they will walk out of that marriage without looking back twice. They won't even think twice about it.
That's fine. But divorce should not be encouraged over, very little things that could be settled.
So what do you think should lead to divorce?
I think the justifiable thing that can lead to divorce is cheating.
Okay.
Yes. And
because it's in the Bible.
I think yes. I think every other thing has a way around it. Cheating also does, like I said, if you can forgive and stay. But that is the only justified thing that can lead to divorce.
But the Bible is very binding. Like he said, if your spouse is cheating on you, you can divorce. You understand?
Yeah.
And the next part he said again is, you are not permitted to remarry. So it's very trapping. So
Okay.
it's speaking loud on forgiveness. The volume of forgiveness is so loud. You don't hear it's not saying it, but you can hear it.
Yeah, but you know, of course, that part of the Bible said, "Do not remarry." But then, if you read further in the New Testament, I mean, we all. So there was a part where one of the apostles was referring to both young and old widows, and he said old widows could remain, and then the young widows could remarry to keep their lust, their sexual urge together, so they do not become wanton.
No. For widows, we know. We're saying if your husband is
yeah.
alive.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The person you, well, I feel like if we are no longer together, then there is no
That means there's chaos
There's
in the
no bond.
society. That means we are all
doing what we
hitting.
like.
Yeah, we're just doing what we like, hitting our heads on
Divorce shouldn't be
rock.
encouraged that much. It's not something that should be preached or encouraged over tribal issues. I mean, even I've heard people who say that, and I believe that even if your husband is someone who maltreats or abuses you, you can separate from him. You know, give him that space. 12, 15 years. You're not together. It doesn't mean that you're divorced from him. Yes, you understand.
But the funny thing is, how do they satisfy themselves sexually and they are not divorced? So
That is when they are separated.
Yeah, now it leads to adultery.
Well, there are married couples who are not together, maybe in a home setting. They are separated, but they also have maybe times where they satisfy their sexual urges.
Okay.
I am not living with you.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there are couples who do it. You know,
so
you abuse me. I know that I want change in you, and until you're ready to bring that change, I'm not coming back to your house. So I live on my own until I see that you have changed. So no matter how you try
how do you get an abusive partner to change? It's you saying
well, nothing is impossible.
Trying to change somebody, it's like pouring water into a basket.
Nothing is impossible.
I think it's impossible to change an abusive person.
No, it's actually possible.
The chances are slim.
Yes, but it's possible.
Very slim.
There are chances that an abusive partner can change. Because if you want to look at it from the spiritual aspect, you can see that it is possible for the person to become a new person.
Okay.
Yeah. A man can unlearn those characteristics. Like I said, learn, unlearn, relearn. So maybe possibly he found his father beating his wife, his mom, and then without knowing, he grew into it. You know, from beating his siblings, his sisters, he grew into beating his wife. So he can unlearn that thing. You know, habits. A thought becomes an action becomes a habit becomes a character.
But most times these men have to go for therapy because hitting your wife.
Yes, it has eaten deep into them.
Hitting your wife I think it's a mental disorder.
There are men who see beating their wives as the only means to correct their wives. Yes, there are people who do that. I mean, your wife
I don't
wrongs
understand.
you. That is a very silly thing to believe. Your wife wrongs you, and the only way you think you can correct her is by a slap on her face, or by hitting her back, or by using something to throw at her, or using... Men flog their wives with belts. Jesus, I say, sorry. Women, you all, please don't endure violence, abuse for anybody, whatever kind of abuse.
Okay, well, how about we do it like this? A man tries to beats you, he slaps you. How about you go out there, don't report to the police, go and call some guys, pay them something, tell them, don't kill him, oh.
Yeah.
Don't kill him, oh.
Okay, anyway, this is good.
But just beat him.
Okay.
You understand?
That is an option. So
yeah. Let them beat him.
That's an option.
When they beat him, then you will start hearing, I want to divorce. I can't stay with this woman.
Yeah, so men, you know, they do not look at it from the shoes of the woman. They feel like, imagine, there are women who beat their husband. So I feel like if a man wants to beat his wife, you should imagine, of course, it's hard for that, but imagine your wife beating you.
A friend of mine was trying to date a guy, and so she said they were watching a movie, and then the movie was about a man maltreating his wife,
Yes.
and after a period of time, the woman set him up, tied him, brought out belt, and started flogging the man
Yes.
back. She said then this guy turned to her and said, "Can you imagine this foolish woman?" But when the man was maltreating
say
her, he
anything.
didn't say anything. So she said immediately
She
that
lost
was the end. That was the end. Like she said no, that she can't be with this kind of person.
Mm.
So that speaks volume.
I think it's your friend actually read or cited a red flag. You know, there are people who love red flags. They like carnival, you know, Calabar carnival. They see color everywhere. They see red flag. They go see enter. Yeah, but yes. But I mean, you know, this is a red flag. You see someone who is a potential abuser, and then you're still putting your head there. No, don't do that. That is like a very wrong mistake. Whether from what do you call it now, as a relationship, that is as a boyfriend or a partner, and as a spouse. If you have an abusive partner, whether as a man or as a woman, please do not stay, because it has led to the loss of lives of many
Look
people.
at this woman. What's that her name? Osinachi.
Yes,
Is
yes,
it
yes. Dasani
Osinachi?
Ekweme, yes.
Ekweme,
You sing
you
well.
are the
You
living
sing well.
God. Oh, there's no one
Complete
like
your
you.
Before you know that, she go kabashora.
Yes, so in the name of Jesus. When she sings, you can feel the
Yes,
anointing.
yes.
But the
Spirit flows.
anointing did not reach her husband.
And it's a very sad thing that someone like that was restricted by that kind of, you know. That is why, speak up, talk to somebody,
Okay,
go out,
okay,
do something about it.
how do I say this? Churches should take women that are in violent marriage out of that marriage, and then take the man, put him in cell or police custody or something, a rehabilitation center or something. But don't tell the woman go and pray. Don't tell the woman, you are seeing bruises on her face, her eyes is swollen.
Yeah.
You're telling her go and pray. Go and pray about what?
Prayer changes a lot of things.
Yes.
But then that is not the bone of contention. Yes.
Mr. Joseph.
Yes, I understand.
Prayer changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
But if you see me with my eyes swollen,
I get your point.
my brothers are already going there to go and beat that person.
No, that's
normal.
Like expected, because I cannot even stand someone beating my sibling or a daughter or a cousin or a niece or anything, because it is like very wrong. But then marriage is a two-way thing. I don't think any church would want to put a man in a cell, except maybe the woman is like a profound or a very committed member of that church.
Was Osinachi not?
Yes, she profound? Was, but nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it. She didn't tell the church. Yes. The church found out after she died.
There are a lot of churches that know. They will tell you.
Sister Maria.
Sister Nkechi. Sister Nkechi, yeah. Jesus was bruised for our iniquity.
No, you're not supposed to take
Jesus,
the bruises.
Jesus was nailed on the cross of Calvary.
Jesus has taken it.
Sister, go and don't let the devil have upper hand over your marriage.
That's a lie. Don't take another bruises for Jesus. You are not Jesus. You're
not Jesus.
Yes, exactly.
You can never be Jesus
at all. So don't do that. Please.
Even if Jesus come down and do the things he did, you said you know say you cannot be Jesus.
Exactly.
So
don't
leave
let
that abusive marriage.
Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody deceive you.
I know some people will be like, oh, what do you know about marriage? We don't need to be in that situation to know something. Observation. Papa Kumuyi said something. Say observation is key. Not even experience. You observe. Oh, before you go into a business, you look. Let me do this. Let me do this.
What are the chances?
Let me do. Then you already know. You already know what you are going to face in the business. So when you step in, you know how to. tackle. So you
Place your
observe.
words. Yes.
Observe who you want to
Yes,
marry.
that is looking out
Don't put
for red flags.
don't put love on top of your head.
Yeah.
My sister, you really don't know how special you are settling with an abusive partner.
Yeah, that's very true. So look out, whether you are dating, whether you're married. If you see signs, say men who abuse animals, pets, they have chances of beating their wives. Someone who beats a dog, kills a chicken for the less things, kills a cat or kicks animals so brutally, has chances of abusing their wife. So look out for all those things. So you should be able to love your wife the way Christ loved the church and gave his life, and the way the love God has, or the love Jesus had for the church. He did not wait for the church to love before he loved. You have to love your wife. That is why they are called bridegrooms on the wedding day. You groom your bride to become a wife. Do you understand? She is your bride. You're bringing her to your house. You are grooming her to become a wife, to become the woman that you admire. And then women, submit to your husbands.
And should I tell you something?
Sorry.
Being submissive is a whole lot.
Yes.
I will be submissive to my husband.
That is what I was going to
say. And I expect him to submit to me.
Yes.
Not because I want him to do that, but because I want the marriage to work. Because
that is what makes the marriage work.
We have become we are binded.
Yeah.
And we are one.
Yes.
We need to think alike.
That's true.
Talk alike.
See
things from the same perspective.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, I understand.
For us, me submitting to your will and you submitting to my own will. I'm not trying to take your position as a man.
Yes. No. Yes.
And I don't expect you to bring my position as a woman down to nothing.
Yes.
So we need to, it's like a collaboration.
Yes. It's commonly said that women, the crown of their head is their husband, the glory of their... It's also in Proverbs that the crown of
a man,
yes, is his wife. Yes, it's also in the book.
It's also in the Bible that the crown of the man is a wife. It's not like your wife is a kingmaker.
Yeah.
She makes you the king.
I mean, people should be able to look at you and say, wow, your wife is doing a
good job. There should be a difference when your wife met you.
Mm-hmm.
And
when you're living together.
I know myself.
Yeah.
I know myself.
My wife material be this.
I know myself. My man will be from Akanchawa to he'll be on he'll be international.
10 years challenge. So yes, I was going to say women or wives submit to just your husband, not to every man. That is what the Bible says. It doesn't expect you to submit to every man. You say man, you're submitting to your husband. It means that you should not take insults from anybody, including your husband, but you agree to the opinion of your husband more than you agree to the opinion of other men outside.
Submission is agreement.
Yes. And then in the earlier parts of that passage, it says, submit ye one to another. So it's a two-way thing.
Yes.
So I have to submit to my wife and she has to submit to me, because that's when it can
work.
Yes.
We have to agree with each other.
Jesus was... Sorry, we actually have to discuss this because that is the actual right way to marry.
Yes.
Jesus submitted to God because he knew that the will of God was what needed to prevail in his life. So he came to earth as the Son of God, and then he submitted. So when you submit as a woman, it doesn't mean that I am coming under you as an oppression. It means that I believe that what you are going to say or do is right, because you are working under the influence of God.
Now, let me say this. Women not submitting to their husbands in most cases is because they do not see the leader in him.
Yeah. Yes.
Men, the original picture of God's plan for men is for them to be the priest of the family.
Yeah.
You are the one to listen to God. You listen, hear from God, and say, this is what God is saying concerning the family. Now, the reverse is the case. Women are now the one taking
You
it
see a
up.
lot of men out there saying,
So
"Oh, I need a praying
so
woman."
that's why
A
the
praying woman
narrative
is a
is
praying this.
changing.
You are the priest, you are the pastor, you are the provider, you are the protector of your home.
Yes.
You should be the one to shelter them. I mean, God shelters you. You should be the source, the plug
Yes.
connected. You know, God
you
is
are
passing through you and you're coming in through, you know, sending it to your family.
Yes.
As God is giving you, you're giving to your family. That is
Yes.
what it is meant to be. That is how God has created and designed it to be.
That is how it is ordained
yes,
to be.
yes.
That is the only way that you can be the man.
Yes.
I, for one, I cannot be with a man that does not know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to know that you are a priest.
Yes.
I need you to know your position as a man. I don't have to, and if you don't know your position, I will make you know your position as a man. And if you feel by me making you know your position as a man, I'm trying to tell you you don't know what you're doing, then you are not ready to be a king.
Ego. There are men who are egoistic and then their wives are trying to teach them or show them the right way to do things. But because they feel egoistic and they want to show that they are men, they refuse to take these corrections or these advices. And then they end up doing the wrong things. And then they come to say, babe, I lost this 10 million naira, you know, money that would have been saved. Yeah. So please, in whatever you do, always listen, respect, submit one to another. Men, love genuinely. Women,
love genuinely.
Love unconditionally.
Unconditionally. If the woman breast has gone down, love her.
If your husband has grown post belly, love him. I'm here for you guys.
If he's snoring like
love him.
Like generator. Love him.
Yeah, please.
It's so nice having you guys on this wonderful talk show.
Yes.
It's so nice having you, Mr.
The
Joseph.
pleasure is mine.
Thank you so much.
It was really eye-opening, revealing, and I'm glad we talked about this, you know.
Yeah, I have a better understanding from your perspective. I understood what I actually did not understand before. And I also hope that you guys also understand from our own perspective. So guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next episode. Bye. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Yes, we are all one. Love on me, I love on you. Bye guys.